What's up, everybody? Toby's Guy here, back with Facebook Friday. That's where I take your questions on Facebook, answer them in a video format, and it happens every Friday. If you're not following me on Facebook, make sure you go to facebook.com/TonyPizzaGuy, hit that like button, and that way you can stay up to date. That's the best way to stay up to date with me. If I have any internet problems, any video problems, anything I want to talk about, any questions, stuff like that, I usually ask it on Facebook and Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/TonyPizzaGuy, and let's get right into the questions today. All right, this is a good one. What do you think of Chris Sabin winning the TNA World Heavyweight Championship last night? If you didn't watch, he beat Bully Ray for the championship, and there was a lot of outside interference, main event mafia versus aces and eights kind of thing going on, but it ended up Bully went for a powerbomb, and he hit him with a hammer in the head. Ref didn't see it. Chris Sabin gets the pin 1, 2, 3. Honestly, I think it's cool. I think it's always nice when you have a homegrown guy like Chris Sabin win the world title. Do I think he's ready? Probably not. I think a guy like AJ Styles would be more better. I think his character is getting a lot better. But you know what? They're giving a shot to Chris Sabin. They're going to see how it goes, and I'm happy for it. It's not like the ratings are going to go down because he won the title. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see some really awesome World Heavyweight Championship title matches. I think Sabin Austin Aries would be cool. I don't know. There's just a lot they could do. And TNA giving belt to Sabin, it's nice. It's nice to see the young guys get the belt. People say, oh, they don't give enough chances to the young guys. And then when they do, they're like, oh, why'd they give it to Sabin? Bully was great. And it's like, really? You complain? It's like the grass is always greener kind of thing. But I do think it's awesome. I don't know if Sabin is ready, but we'll have to wait and see. He could just be a transitional champion until the next pay-per-view. But who knows? Speaking of guys who deserve a title shot, this question: do you think Daniel Bryan deserves an opportunity to face the WWE Championship at SummerSlam? Yes, I do. I honestly think Daniel Bryan is ready. He is so over with the fans. I think he's great in the ring. He had awesome matches with Randy Orton when they had that little mini feud going on. And I think Daniel Bryan is perfect to go up against John Cena at SummerSlam. Do I think he's going to win the belt? I'd like to see it happen, but I don't think that they will do it. Maybe. Who knows? Like I said, Daniel Bryan, one of those guys who is awesome in the ring. He's come so far since he first came into the WWE, and I think that he's perfect. I think Daniel Bryan has gotten over. His personality has grown so much. His beard is awesome. I think Daniel Bryan, perfect WWE champion. Hopefully, we will get to see him become champion. Did you ever think of becoming a pro wrestler when you were younger? Actually, I was into a lot of the backyard wrestling, but when I was 17, I believe, I trained to become a pro wrestler, an actual pro wrestler. But unfortunately, if you're under the age of 18, you have to get a parent's permission, and I didn't get that, so I wasn't able to train. I trained for a couple times, but then when it came down to the parent permission thing, had to stop. It was one of those things where I kind of wish I would have done it, but now that I think about it, I really am glad that I didn't do it, because a lot of the people that I trained with didn't really go anywhere. They just kind of floundered in this little Midwestern area. But I think it'd be cool now to become a pro wrestler, even just like a local guy where I could just do a couple matches, even be a manager. I think would be really awesome. I think it'd be fun to be a manager. But honestly, I don't think I really want to get into the ring, become a pro wrestler, just not at this current point in my life. This is a good one. What was your favorite storyline from the past 10 years? I think what could have potentially been one of the greatest storylines ever in WWE history was the Vince McMahon death. Now, we all know that the whole Benoit thing happened, and then they had to cancel the Vince McMahon storyline, and Vince came out and said, you know what? I did a storyline where I was dead. Benoit was actually dead. I thought that was going to be one of the greatest storylines ever. It was going to be so awesome. They were going to have a really awesome Raw plan. From what I hear, they were all going to talk about, what their thoughts are now that Vince McMahon has passed away. And it was supposed to be a really awesome Raw. I was looking forward to it. It was very eerie when it happened. He was all sad and he got in the limo and then it blew up. And it was very, very good. I was hoping that was going to be a really awesome storyline, but it was ruined by real life tragedy, and it sucks. I really wish that we would have been able to see where that storyline would have went, but unfortunately, we never got to see it. Have you met any WWE or WWF or TNA superstars? Who were they? And were they cool and nice? Yes, I've actually met a lot of WWE, WWF superstars. The thing is, what I would do is after the events, you would go to the local hotels either it's the hotel closest to the arena or the one that's second closest, so that the fans don't really know. If you do want to do that, one piece of advice I will tell you is do not bug the wrestlers. I mean, there was one guy, and his name is Ric Flair. That's right. And he was on his cell phone. He was hanging out in the lobby of the hotel, and these people went up to him and bugged him, and then he went away. He said he only signs autographs for little kids and girls. That's what Ric Flair said, which I thought was kind of hilarious. But if you go and meet those wrestlers, don't bug them if they're on their cell phone. Kind of sit there and chill, and then you know what? If they're around, you can say, hey, good job, and then they'll be like, all right, cool. And it's fun. It's good stuff to meet the wrestlers. And I met some really cool ones. There's a lot of people like Mike Adamle. Remember him, the Raw GM? I met him. He was kind of funny. I remember him saying, we said, hey, how's it going? He said, if it was any better, it'd be illegal. I didn't really know what that meant, but it was hilarious when he said it. And if you just like hang out, I remember shaking Eric Bischoff's hand. That was awesome. And my friends actually met Tommy Dreamer. He sat down, and I think they ended up buying him a drink or something. But it was pretty hilarious meeting those wrestlers. In TNA, I met a lot of wrestlers. I did the TNA Fan Access thing for Sacrifice, which you actually get the autographs and stuff like that. And one guy in particular, Christopher Daniels, he was a very hilarious, just cracking jokes and stuff like that. But it's a fun time. It's a good time to meet the wrestlers and just have a good time. I bet the most fun guy that I met was RVD, because I got to talk to him. Like, hey, did you know Jerry Lynn's retiring? He's like, oh yeah, I heard that. Probably just not making any money anymore. And it was just fun. It's a good time just to meet the wrestlers. If you ever get a chance to go to those TNA Fan Access or WWE Fan Access, make sure you do. And again, if you do decide to go meet the wrestlers at the hotels, make sure you give them some space. I mean, one guy that I met was Shawn Michaels. He was kind of a dick. There was some girl who was screaming and almost crying, and he goes, hey, if you don't stop screaming, I'm going to go in my hotel room. And that was that. It was pretty crazy. I have a picture with Shawn Michaels somewhere. I don't know where it's at. And then Jerry Lawler, he was also fun to meet. Just cracking jokes. I was talking about his Wrestling with Girls song. I don't know if you ever heard that song, but make sure you look it up. It is a hilarious song. Look up Wrestling with Girls on YouTube. I'm sure you'll find it. But Jerry Lawler, hilarious. He's fun. He likes to talk to the fans. But yeah, little tip, go to the hotels closest to your arena, and you can meet some wrestlers. Be courteous. They don't want to talk to you. Let them go. They have a busy life. Is Brad Maddox going to be in WWE2K14? I think you meant and Big E Langston going to be in WWE2K14. I believe so. I did that thing where you can go on do the WWE cover page thing, type in their name, and figure out who you think might be in the game. They were up there. I don't see why they wouldn't be. I think they're going to be in the game. I think they're going to have a lot of the modern day guys. I think the Shield will be in it. I think they'll be in it. So that's my thoughts. I don't know what really more to say, but yeah, they're going to be in the game. What's your favorite movie to sit and watch? I'm one of those people who can actually watch movies over and over again and still laugh. I like to quote movies a lot. I know there's some people that only like to watch movies one time and that's it. They don't really want to watch them ever again. I'm kind of one of the persons that can watch it over and over again. And then I get in those moods where it's kind of like, you know what, I just feel like watching Fight Club for some reason, just those weird movies, or Punch Drunk Love, or some weird movie like that where it's like, you know, it's not like an everyday thing, but it's like, you know what, I just feel like watching it because I get, you know, deeply emotional kind of with these characters. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. You know, Punch Drunk Love. You know how that movie goes. But anyway, right now, one of those movies that I watch over and over and I like quoting is 21 Jump Street. I just think that movie is hilarious. It was one of those movies that came out of nowhere, and it was just really, really funny. I thought it was going to be a stupid, you know, kind of remake-ish of the TV show, but it actually turned out to be a really, really funny movie. And I think it's hilarious. I think it might even be funnier than Superbad, Pineapple Express. I don't know, but I think it is very, very hilarious. I can't wait to see 22 Jump Street. But that one kind of came out of nowhere, and I say that it's a really funny movie. And that's just one that I have stuck in my head right now. And I don't know. There's a lot of movies that I like to watch. Like, a weird one out of nowhere is The Fly with Jeff Goldblum. If you've ever seen that movie, you should check it out if you haven't. But it's really funny. I don't know. It's kind of quirky and funny at the same time. It's supposed to be all serious, but Jeff Goldblum's kind of funny. So it's serious, funny, and then we like to quote the movie lines from that. I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff that I like to watch. In particular, now what I usually watch is a lot of TV shows. I get into Netflix and watch a lot of TV shows. Orange is the New Black is amazing. If you haven't checked it out, it's awesome. A lot of people say it's a girl thing, but I watched it with my girlfriend, and we're like, let's watch the first episode. If it's good, we'll continue watching it. And I found out, you know what? It's a really good show. If you haven't checked it out, it's a Netflix exclusive, so check that out. I'm not sponsored by Netflix or anything, but it's just a really good show. Anyway, guys, that is it for Facebook Friday. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. I'd like to know, what is your favorite movie that you like to watch? Are you one of those people that watches movies over and over, or do you only like to watch movies one time? Anyway, hit that like button. Leave your comments below. Tony Pizza Guy. Right, go.